Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is March 14th. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here with you. As we're starting to feel the cooler weather move in, we're going to get Lydia's forecast here in just a moment. First, I want to remind you, of course, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning. Stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works for you. Plus, we make it into a podcast. You can find it at inforum.com/podcast. Look for the Inforum Minute. And of course, we invite you to check us out on all of our social media platforms.
All right, Lydia, I don't like what's happening with the weather. We feel it's starting to change. It's starting to get a little kind of brisk out there.
Cool down coming, wind picking up, chance at a little snow, especially by this weekend. This morning, partly cloudy skies. Did have a decent view of the sunrise. Already getting some sunrise pictures into my weather email. And then underneath those clouds, just a few spits of rain, maybe a sprinkle, maybe a flurry, depending on how your temperature is sitting. Nothing heavy or organized for today. That should wrap up, I'd say, this afternoon, just with any of those specks of moisture out there. Wind starts to pick up, not bad today. Out of the north, 10 to 15, gusting close to 20, but keeping us a little cooler than the past few days. Highs only in the 40s today. Tomorrow we get a brief boost to the 50s, but it's because the wind is out of the southwest, and it's really ramping up tomorrow, gusting about 35 miles an hour. So even if we do make it to about 54 that we're forecasting, I don't think it's going to feel all that 54-ish outside, you know? And then things really shake up for the weekend. There's a clipper system passing to our northeast. So the central part of that low, the big stronger part, is missing us. The heavy snow part is missing us. But we will see a shift in the wind out of the northwest, 20 to 30, gusting 40 to 45, spare gust to 50. Wouldn't surprise me this weekend. We're talking both Saturday and Sunday. That sends in colder air. Temperatures only in the 30s for the weekend. Most of the day will probably be in the 20s, and then the wind providing that bite to make it feel colder. And with this will come the chance at a little bit of snow. We're talking scattered light snow showers. Of course, where you have snow falling, meeting those strong winds, you may run into some visibility issues for any kind of travel plans this weekend. Brief and light though. You drive 20 miles and then you're in perfectly clear, just windy conditions. So I wouldn't cancel your travel plans, but it is something to be aware of. It might not be perfect outside. This does, of course, then include the St. Patrick's Day parade on Saturday. Grab your green hats and mittens because it's going to be a little bit colder outside. Things do settle down by Monday, but cooler air holds tight on the 10-day with highs only in the 30s and maybe a couple of 40s next week. So next week looking a little more typical March compared to what we've been spoiled with this week.
March is always kind of a mixed bag.
The lion, the lamb, that whole situation. So it was safe to say that March came in like a lamb.
Oh yeah, big time.
It was quiet and warm. I can't remember exactly on March 1st what the temperature was, but I don't remember it being bad. Now things are cooling off a little bit. The wind, I think, is really going to be what people complain about the most this weekend, or talk about the most.
If it's a little chillier but out the wind, not so bad.
If it's 35 still and perfectly sunny outside, not bad. Right? But 35 with a wind gust to 50 and a little snow coming down with a cloudy sky, not as fun.
No. I agree. Not as fun.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yes, thanks, Lydia.
Well, right now we're tracking breaking news for you. A man was taken into custody after an overnight crash in Moorhead. Both the State Patrol and Moorhead Police were called out to the intersection of Main Avenue and 12th Avenue in Moorhead. We know 2 cars were involved. We are still working to learn what led up to that crash and if anyone was hurt. We've been told we should be getting that information here shortly.
All right, new this morning, we've learned the Glendon Police Department will soon begin using body cameras on their uniforms. They made that announcement on Facebook. Glendon will be the 3rd police department in our area to implement these body cameras within just the last year. Officers in both Moorhead and West Fargo also added body cameras to their uniforms. We are still working to learn when exactly these will go into place, though, when they'll start being used. We're expecting Glendon Police to talk more about the changes at the next City Council meeting, which is March 27th.
Today, Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to be in Minnesota. It's part of President Joe Biden's re-election campaign. Harris is expected to visit a reproductive health clinic in the Twin Cities area. However, the exact location has not been released yet due to potential security reasons. The visit comes as the Biden campaign voices strong opposition to the rollback of abortion rights.
All right, here's a huge story that a lot of people are talking about. It's going to impact your scrolling on your phones.
For sure.
This morning, TikTok, the fate of the popular social media app, is up to the U.S. Senate at this point. Yesterday, the U.S. House overwhelmingly passed a bill that would force TikTok's Chinese parent company to sell the app, or if they don't, it'll be banned in the U.S. Now, every U.S. national security agency agrees that TikTok poses a national security threat, claiming its owner, ByteDance, is beholden to the Chinese government, which could then, lend the access of data from TikTok and its 170 million American users to the Chinese Communist Party. So that's where the big issue lies with lawmakers. Now, TikTok says the bill violates the constitutional rights of its users. The CEO of the company has argued that the company stores its data for Americans in the U.S. and not in China. President Biden has already said that he'll sign that ban if it is put on his desk.
All right, are you ready for some more basketball? Today, WDAY is bringing you more high school basketball action with the North Dakota boys Class A and B state high school basketball tournaments starting this afternoon. The boys Class A quarterfinals will be held at the Fargo Dome. You'll be able to watch 2 of those games on WDAY Extra at 1, and then at 6:30, the next 2 games will be on WDAY. The first quarterfinal games will be on WDAY starting at 1. So Fargo Dome for Class A, Minot for Class B. Got that right. So you can track all of the where you can find those games by going to our website, inform.com. And of course, if you're going to be on the go, WDAY Plus is the way to go as well. If you want more information on the app and how you can watch on your smartphone, also you can find all that information at inform.com.
Also, Dom is going to be live at the Fargo Dome this morning for his show Hot Mic. He's going to be previewing the newly formed Class A basketball tournament that's going on there. And he'll be asking this question: who can knock off unbeaten Kindred? That's from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and on inform.com.
And don't forget, right now is a great time to get that inform.com subscription. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to inform.com/subscribe to check it out.
We have our next newscast at 11 o'clock this morning. Then we have you covered the rest of the day as well, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back tomorrow morning with First News from 5 to 7 a.m.
Have a great day, everyone.